voltage from shore. From shore. Okay. Now in this situation, when you talk about empty and voltage from shore, not a single machinery is running. Other words, dead ship. So later, I might ask you what is dead ship. Not a single machinery is running. Either the ship is newly bought, bago-bakal, or undergoing total repair in the dry dock. So I'm going to check the fuels. Sige. Storage. All tanks are empty. Now 1 hour notice is given. When you talk about 1 hour notice, no, you have 1 hour to prepare the engine since the repair or the ship is now ready to sail. No? Remember, our power is still from shore. Another thing is, when you see the red light in the console panel, you can never start your engine. Basta may nakasiga na there is dalom, hindi mo na mapandar makina mo. Okay, so we will be preparing the diesel generator first in order to have our own power. Okay, first thing is prepare the 4 main systems. No. 4 main systems dito sa anya abitin dito sa barko. Yung question how to start the main engine Ito i-post ka ni Leon. I-post para wala alarma. Babaw may post na. Okay, what are the 4 main systems? We have the fuel, the cooling, lubricating, and the compressed air. No, you cannot start a diesel engine and board the vessel. I'm talking about barko here, right? Unless this 4 is properly prepared. Now we go to the marine diesel oil deep tank, and we found out that this deep tank is empty. So we are going to fill this up. Normal filling is 80%. But we will not follow that because it will take us a long time here. Okay, fill the top mo yung. Yeah. Arrow going back, ha? Arrow going back. Open this valve. Ha? Magka-trace up ka mo, pabalik ng arrow kung magkarga ka. Okay, now we are already filling the diesel tank here, ha? Okay, that will be fine. Close it. Pero sa barko, on board the ship, this is not good. But since we're just doing here the simulation, and in order to speed up our simulator, we will just end it by here. Next, we're going to fill up heavy fuel oil. We have heavy fuel oil starboard. We have the port, we have the center, we have the deep tank. Another question here. Why do we have a lot of fuel tanks on board? Why not put one big fuel tank here, just like your auto, your truck, or your jeep? Why do we have a lot of fuel tanks on board? Anybody here? Yes.
To destabilize the ship if only centered on one place.
Yeah, and in other words, it is for the stability of the ship. No? Because if you're going to consume this, that doesn't mean that you have to consume all the fuel. No, you have to balance it from here, from time to time. So for the ship's stability. Okay, we will fill this up. Again, I repeat, what we're going to do is not being practiced on board. Why? Because we're going to fill it all simultaneously. Dungan. Sa barko ay nagdadungan. Ha? Diri lang para mapadasig nga itong simulator. Okay, trace up all arrow going back. Going down. Sige. Palakta. Sige, palakta. Pabalik is babaw. Okay. Hindi ka na magbukas. Pag binuksan mo ni karon, maawas, masirit linya mo. No, there is pressure. You start opening from the lowest valve. Open this. All arrow going down. Sige.
Sorry,
Uy,
sorry.
balik. Supply.
Sorry.
Storage. Okay, open this valve. Arrow going down. Open this valve. Sa barko ay nagnahimo ah. Minadungan ko sa buong mo. Open this valve. Okay, we will trace it going backward. Okay, open this valve. Open that valve. And open the bunkering valve. Okay, now watch, no? During the actual simulation, overflowing means failure. Avoid overflowing. Makita ako, kakargatan na, no? But again, we're doing here, what we're doing is not what they are doing in board. Now, they're filling up one tank at a time, but here we do it all. Okay, once the level is already blue, stop the bunkering. Now, starting from the top na naman. Okay, secure all valves. When I say secure all the valves that you had open should be closed. Okay, can we fill up the settling tank, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Why yes?
Because settling tank is a reserve fuel.
So we need to fill this up.
Yes, sir.
Any other answers? Can we fill up the settling tank, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Who says no? Stand up to be recognized. Yeah, why no?
Because boiler is not functioning, we are not attending to it of different viscosity than MDO.
Very good. Because there is no machinery running. In other words, there is no boiler yet and fuel oil needs heating. No? So we cannot fill that up again. Okay, so we're going to prepare the fuel, diesel oil for the generator engine. Open this valve. Now follow the arrow going to your MDO. MDO stands for Marine Diesel Oil. Left click. Okay, kung di madala, you go to the power plant. Okay, there we are. MDO, we start from here. Okay, follow the arrow going to the engine. Open that valve. Check if there are steel valves. No more. Okay, open this valve. Okay, why do we need two generators here? Two generators here. Why do we need two generators here? We need two generators because during maneuvering, more machineries will be running. No, the deck will be testing the bow thruster, the stern, the cranes, and everything. With one generator alone, it might cause blackout. So we need to prepare two generators. Okay, fuel system is okay now for the main generator. We go now to the cooling system. Now here we have the seawater system. We have the low temperature cooling system. We have the high temperature cooling system. No? In other words, the cooling is divided into two parts. Seawater and freshwater. And freshwater again is divided into two parts. That is the low temperature cooling and the high temperature cooling. Now what is the purpose of the seawater cooling? I might ask that later. That is why you have your 1/4. Seawater cools down the central cooling. It cools down the central cooling. Now the seawater has to suction the upper and the lower suction. So if this is your vessel, you have suction from the bottom and suction from the side. Now why do we need two suctions here? Why not just one or here? Why do we have two suctions? Anybody? Wait, participation now. Dali lang kita. So why do we have two suctions? Polaris 4, explain. No? Polaris 4. Why do we need two suctions? Yes.
If depende sa dumi, sir. Pag mababa yung tubig, sir, lapit sa ano, base makasak ay makakuha siya ng dumi.
Yes.
Kung taas naman, sir, kung dumi naman yung nasa taas, baka masaksyon niya, magbaram filter, sir.
Thank you. Now they are ready from the vessel. Ari to be frank, Polaris 4. May buyayaway sa barko
Sobra pa, sir.
na muna ko aga pang idiputa ko di para matrain longgan nyo. Ano pag-abot mo to, hindi ka magkudog. No, that is why I'm using bad words here because on board the vessel, they're experiencing there. Bullying is part of marine engineering. Wala, BBD. Okay, thank you for that, Polaris 4. Okay, we have two sections here in order to counter the condition of the water. When the ship is in what? Traveling in very shallow waters, Panama Canal, Suez Canal, or any other part of the sea where the sea is shallow, nabaw, we use dissection. Why not the lower section? Because if you use the lower section, ang bumba mo may higop balas. It will suck sand. Problem for the pumps. Now, why do we have higher suction? In case the top part of the water is dirty, like in Manila, if you use the upper suction, all the water lily will be sucked by your pump. And during at sea, and the sea is very rough, if you use the high suction, and the one the ship tilts, patakilid, igopon mo panganod. In other words, masiyo bubba mo. So it is there in order to counter the condition of the water. Any questions so far? Okay, do hope. Okay, so we will follow the suction. Now he's using the upper suction. Testing lang sa assessment. Misana, why is the vessel using upper suction here?
Kaya kung ano sa
Nga upper yung gamit niya.
may kong sila lang sa
Oh, maybe we are in a shallow water. That is why we're using upper. Okay, we will what? Trace the pipeline here. Agi sa bumba. Wa. So no valve needs to be opened. Start auxiliary pump. So makita nyo na sa kilid, barko nag-alongside, may nagagwasa na tubig, si water cooling na.
okay.
Diri sa pungkod. Okay, now we have seawater pump running. Why did we use auxiliary and not the main pumps? Again, I repeat, we are using limited voltage from shore. That is why we still have to start our own generator. Okay, now seawater is okay. Now we go with the freshwater cooling. Before starting the pump, see to it, may unod ang gravity tank. No? Before you start the pump, you should be sure that the expansion tank or gravity tank or observation tank is full of water, but you see empty. Okay, we are going to fill this up. Okay, open that valve. Not a drop of water is coming. So in other words, you have to check the pipelines. Okay, go here. Now here, from the gravity tank, na expansion tank, pareho lang ang ngalan nila. Now from the gravity tank, following the arrow going backwards, your water for the gravity tank is getting water from the hydropore tank, which is also empty. Alarm ma'am, there. Long press. Okay. Now we will trace up again. Where can we take water to fill this up? So going backwards again, passes through the pump, and we're taking water from the domestic water tanks, which are also empty. Trace up the pipings again, and here, area may bunkering tao. Okay, we will fill these two tanks. Open the valve, arrow going down. Arrow going down. Okay, bunker it with water. So, magbukas. Diri una, daluma. Kung diri ka maguna bukas, sirado, di ba si magsirit yung yada, ang lang tinabuan. You can interrupt and ask questions anytime you like. By the way, this laboratory will fall under finals. Okay na. So it's okay now. Actually, 80%, but now we're going to stop it always. Okay, stop the valve here. Secure everything. Ang tanan buksan mo, sira. Ang binuksan mo lang, ha?
Okay, okay.
Okay, there we go. So we'll fill up the hydrophore tank. Now, what is a hydrophore tank? It is a mixture of compressed air and fresh water. If you're going to board a vessel and open your faucet and tap, pressure is very strong. In other words, that pressure is not given by the pump, but that is given by the hydrophore tank, which is a combination of compressed air and fresh water. Okay, put domestic pump number 1 in automatic mode. Automatic para hindi na kayo bantay na. So watch if it starts filling. Okay, now it starts filling, kakarga sa, we go back to the expansion tank kay ginbuksan tato balbulagin na. No? Okay, go back here. Okay. Bantay na. Remember, overflowing is a mortal sin. Do not overflow. Okay, now it starts filling up. When the color turns blue, that will be fine. Para nga madali ang atong simulator. Okay, close the valve. Now, you may now start your low temperature auxiliary pump. Why not the big pumps? Ngayon din ako, Jess.
Ang limit ang...
Limited voltage supply. Okay, why did we start low temperature pump? Mayo. Wala pa, no? Okay. Low temperature cooling water cools down all the machineries except generator and main engine. Tanda na. Cools down all machinery except generator and main engine. And it also cools down high temperature cooling. So, purpose tatlo, ginapalamigya ang high temperature. Tanan niya makinaryas dalong luwas sa makina. Luwas sa generator, luwas sa main engine. Okay. Are we going to start high temperature pump? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Yes. Because high temperature cooling cools down your generator and main engine. This is the only main pump we can start. Pump number 1 on, number 2 in standby. Are we going to turn on the heater? Yes.
Yes.
Why did we turn on the heater?
For settling.
Because the jacket cooling has two purposes. It cools down your engine when the engine is running and heats up your engine when your engine is on standby. So, ginbuksan ng heating para painiton ang makina. Okay, close that valve in order for the water to pass through the heater. Pero tandaan ta na ha, pag lagan makina ta karon, patyo ng heater. Okay. So, the cooling system is there. We have prepared the fuel, we have prepared the cooling. We will prepare the lubricating system. Sige. Now, as you can see, it's also empty. No. And we have different tanks for main engine and diesel generator lube oil. We are also using different lube oil for purifier, different lube oil for compressor, different lube oil for turbocharger. Why do you have different types of lube oil on board?
Different Pacific gravity.
Yes, Raven.
Different density.
Density.
Is it? I know Pacific gravity. Every
Specific. Yes.
every lube oil has different Pacific gravity, so that they function on the purpose of the machinery is required.
Okay. But the main reason there, it depends on the speed and the weight of a moving machinery. Depende sa tiyog, depende sa sakanaog, depende sa bugat. your turbocharger is rotating more than 3,000 revolution per minute, whereas your main engine is rotating from 100 to 120 revolution per minute. That is why we are using different types of lube oil here. So basi pamangkot ko na karon ha, why do we have different types of lube oil on board? No? Okay, fill up diesel generator lube oil. Sige. Hindi ni pagdunganon, kailangan nilang siya, lain maniw. No? I think that will be fine. Close the valve. Close the valve. And we will be putting again lube oil for the main engine. Okay, open both valves. Okay, open this valve. Amo to ginaging pahulat ko para kay isa lang ka lecture. Ah. So I think that will be fine na, no? Okay, at 50%, okay, stop pag-ring ng lube oil. Hindi ka na magsirap, sirit na karoon diri ka, no? Na. Okay, close these two valves. Okay, open the valve of DG. Okay, we will follow the what, no? The pipings. Pack going to your DG. Now, your lube oil is here, colored yellow. So in other words, why ka na buksan balbuladi? And lube oil is filling what is going to your generator by way of gravity in this design, no? Tunga.
Sir.
Oh, okay. When the lube oil line is already okay, start the pre-lubricating pump of diesel generator number 1. On automatic. Automatic. On automatic. Okay, why did we start the pre-lubricating pump? Magsiling ka nga pre before the engine starts. In other words, while the engine is at ease, steady ang makina, when you start the pre-lubricating pump, no, lube oil is splashing all around inside your engine. Ginapaliguan niya lube oil to prior to starting. Why did we do that? In order for the engine to start smoothly, or the smooth starting of your engine. So later during the assessment, if you fail to start this, that is a major offense. No? Okay, so it's already okay na, lube oil na to. Last system to be prepared is the compressed air. Okay, due to limited again supply, we start the emergency generator. Before starting it, C28 nga bulam pagkantos tangke bukasa. Okay, trace up the valve mo yung.
Ang up arrow, sir.
Sige. Okay, open that valve. Okay, turn on the diesel generator. Emergency generator. Compressor. Wait for the pressure to reach 0.3 megapascal. No? Then open the drain and close it already. Also. Open. Close. Gini mo tato. Why did we do that? In order to eliminate moisture inside the air bottle. Okay na. After draining, open the valve going to your diesel generator. Then go to DG. Okay, here we go. Now this stands for compressed air, not gas advance. Ha? From CA, okay, we go here. Open this valve. From here, open this valve. Okay, go to your to your control panel. If we had prepared it correctly, then we can start our generator. Okay, mati ka, hambal ko. Press the start button. Butang mo, but before that, put the start mode to manual. Manual. Long press ang start button. Pag abot 400, release. Okay, do it.
Long press, sir.
Long press. Pag 400 release. Okay, wala oh. Kung wala, do not, hindi pa pilitan.
Okay, sir.
We failed to prepare something. Ha? It didn't run in first try. We go back to the system. So, okay, go check the fuel. Here, kita mo. Supply. Service tank is empty. So, karon kung makatesting ka di, kag hindi mo mapandar pa nagay pilit, go back to your systems. Okay, normal feeling of this is the purifier. But since no machinery is running, we use the hand pump. Okay, pump it. Sige. Ari, matama niyo. Level is rising. Okay, that will be fine. Okay, go back to your power plant. Okay, again, long press, 400, release. Ara, andar tao. Okay, another question here. Why did we wait for 400 and release the starting button? Nga ginulat agad mag 400 wow. Nga may motor ka di mag-on ka dyan yabi, buyan mo gandar. Hindi ah.
Okay, sir.
May auto ka mo muna mandar? Of course not. Kaya nga at 400 here, before 400, ang nagapandar makina mo, compressed air, no fuel yet. It is the air that turning it. Just like your car, just like your motorcycle. No? Pagpuga mo na, there is no gasoline there. Ang patihog na battery. No? So we wait until 400 in order for your engine to gain momentum. Sa lipatan na karon. No, and in other engine, at 400, the air will shut down. So we will go only until there, no? Dabod lang yung damo ka, pants mo. Muna nga, way ko nagasabat pag hindi mo pag yun sa group chat. Kaya yung mangalan nandito, awat ka ako niya. At malok na seksyon niya. Okay. Start number 2. Yes. Paring Gutierrez, may whisky na naman ko. Dungol sa pista, pero may regalo, no? Okay, so nagandar na diba ka-generator, no? Ang number 1 din, 988 revolution per minute, the other one is 1,000. Okay, go to the power generators. Power generator, we're still getting power from Shure. Not a single generator here is being in service yet. Okay, we go to the main switchboard. Okay, stator preheat on. Auto. Okay, why did we start the stator preheat? We start stator preheat in order to eliminate moisture in stator windings. Kung dugay na sa may gandar, ang mga winding, di ba? Ginabalahas na. Di ba may pilas ang imo insulator karon? May tubig, start mo gulpe, kita naik mo sa Pedro. Uy, langit ako. Sa Pedro, kita nga ang siman ka mo. Okay, here. When stator preheat is on, long press, BG1 breaker. Long press, fire. Para sa So, diesel number 1 is now in service, automatically cutting off Shure connection. Now we will do the synchronizing. DG number 2 here. Stator preheat. Subong, hindi mo na dayon pagulpihon. You have to wait for 11 o'clock and long press the breaker. Kaginaway ka synchronize mo, pa isalang pindot. Now wait until 11 o'clock before pressing the breaker or else ma-blackout ta. Siguroon mo ka maliwat natin niya.
Isa na kapindot, sir.
11 o'clock, oh. Why mo pindot to? Long press, dyan ay magkikuyog-kuyog ka maliwat ka ron, brata. Sige. Here, no? Two generators are now running. Now we are going to prepare the systems for the main engine. We will be starting the main engine. Starting again from the fuel. Okay, there we go. Now we will prepare fuel system for the main engine. Now we go to the supply. We will be using diesel since we don't have heating yet. So by tracing up the fuel, this is your main engine. No? Trace this up. You will be passing a three-way valve. Magsiling ka three-way valve, tatlo alagyan la, dire. Now it is blocked. So we're going to go here in the main engine fuel kind and switch it to MDO. Para na bukaso. Okay, we will trace it again. Start the main fuel oil supply pump. Put number 2 and standby. There we go. Supply pump is running. Circulating pump number 1 on. Number 2 and standby. Okay. We call this supply pump because it supply fuel to the fuel system. We call this recirculating pump in order to maintain the desired temperature of your fuel. Now from here, do we need to open this bypass valve? Upag yun to sa heater. Diesel oil doesn't need heating, so we'll just open the bypass. Okay, from here, it goes inside the engine, combustion chambers, injector. By the way, simple diagram lang niya. Sa barko ni Damo, ang yan niya. Not all fuel that enters the main engine is consumed. May return na siya. Hindi tanan niya fuel na nagsulod to, buson niya kaon na. No, may nagabalik. And what is responsible for controlling the flow of fuel in your engine? Ano ang nagakontrol sang fuel pakanto sa makina? What controls the what? The feeding of fuel to your engine?
Injector.
Si Defensor. You know who is Defensor, Regan? The governor. Gobernador. Your governor controls the fuel. From here, the return goes to your vent box or to your mixing tank or to your deaerator tank. Damo na ngalan. Inside the vent box or deaerator tank, oxygen is partially removed. Other words, air is being removed in the fuel. Paano? How is air being removed? No? Actually, wala muna yung fuel line. Puno sa fuel. Hindi ka ginawa, fuel mo na. Then it will enter the big vent box, which is bigger. There, the fuel will have the chance to expand. Other words, when it expands, there is a tendency that air present in the fuel will evaporate. So how is air removed from the vent box? By means of expansion. Air is being removed from the vent box by means of expansion. And from the vent box, it goes back to your recirculating pump and the cycle repeats. Dirala na. Okay. Now fuel is being prepared. We go to the cooling system. Now dire, nabuksan na tanan ginangabalbula, so no need. All we have to do is start the main seawater pump number 1 on. Number 2 on standby. Stop the seawater auxiliary. Pindutan ang alarma mo. Na, ulong press. Basta magpatay ka bomba, may alarma gina. Start LT pump number 1 on. Number 2 on standby. Auxiliary off. Alarm. Okay, now fuel and cooling is prepared. We will go now to the lubricating system. Any question? Okay lang lawig. Simulator na karon dali, garing na-explicar ko lang eh. Pag simulate yun, asig lang na karon na. Okay, go to the lubricating system. Okay, may karga na tadi. Close the diesel generator lubawal for the time being. Kagadaga naman itong generator ta. No? We will be filling up the sump tank. Kargahan ka niyo. Ang sump tank, isang main engine. So go back from the storage tank. Okay, from here, okay, open this valve. Pag yun tas bomba para dasig, open that valve. Open this valve. Open that valve. Okay. Transfer pump number 1 on. Go to your sump tank na yun. Sige, ito yung sump tank mo, basta mamasan pa. Okay, now here. Colored blue, stop the pump. Dali mawas na. Okay, blue. Balik ka din sa storage. Okay, close this valve. And close that valve. Okay na? Normal na tanim makarga purifier, ganito may gandar mo. Then we go to the stern tube. Anong ginatawag ng stern tube? What is a stern tube? Ang ginagyan yung propeller shaft wala, ritubo. Aray mo propeller shaft o gagi na, this is stern tube. Okay na? Okay. Fill up the upper gravity tank. Iba nyo barko ay nani. Sa inyo barko may upper kag lower. Upper lang. But here, duay. Okay. Fill up the upper gravity tank and also fill up the lower gravity tank. Tanang mo ba kay basi mawasan ka?
Mag-blue, sir. Okay na, sir.
Okay na mag-blue. Okay, why do we have upper and lower gravity tank? Kaya ang barko sa Janbi, wala man upper kag lower ito. Okay, we have the upper and lower gravity tank because when the ship is loaded, kargado, no? Yung pa'y kakargado, yung balik kayo storage. Dali lang. Okay, open that valve. Sige, balikin mo itong Mr. Tube. When the ship is loaded, we use the upper gravity tank. Close that valve. When the ship is running and ballast or no cargo, we use the lower gravity tank. Okay, close that valve. Okay, fill up this valve. No? Color turns blue. Close the valve. Okay, close. Open this valve. Okay, so why do we need lube oil in the stern tube? It is there to lubricate the shaft, and also it acts as a seal so that water from the outside cannot enter. But in other vessels, instead of oil, they're using compressed air in other ships. Okay na? Now we go back to the circulation. Fill up the cylinder oil storage tank. Okay, close the valve. Fill up the service tank. CO pump. Pag color blue, okay na. Okay, close. Okay, we check the lube oil storage. Okay, we need more lube oil here. Okay, ginkarga ito gina. Okay, close this valve. Ilan to. Okay, fill it up again. Karga ito nga. Because we're about to sail eh. Hindi pwede ba kanti tangking isa? No? Okay, color turns blue, close the valve. Okay, hopefully we have prepared then. Kanto ka circulation. Booster pump number 1 on, number 2 on standby. Circulating pump number 1 on, number 2 on standby. Heater on. Turn on the heater. Okay, there we go. So, dua heater na kinapandara. Sa jacket cooling, kag sa lube oil system. Okay, now we're going to check. Okay na ni. We go to the compressed air system. There we go. Open the filling valve. Filling valve of air bottle number 2. Compressors in automatic mode. On, auto. On, auto. There we go. So same thing like what we did before. When the pressure increases, drain the bottle and close it immediately. Pwede na. Okay. Okay, close. Okay, open all valves. Sige. Oh, buksit tanan. Okay, stop the generator. Okay, open this valve. And open that valve. Para siya ng kargada. Okay na. So we will be waiting for the compressed air to rise up, no? Kaya itong air receiver number 1, kamay pa lang, air receiver number 2, wala pa man. Starting air is still very low. Okay, now after doing that, compressed air is now prepared. We go to the main engine. Now here in the main engine, turning gear motor is still engaged. Switch the turning gear motor ahead. Ahead. Dalom-dalom mo isko. None. Now here, may RPM ka drill, no? The turning gear is running, no? And at the same time, we have an RPM there. The purpose of that is to lubricate the piston and to ensure free movement of the piston. Kaya basig may gaharang. That is the purpose of your turning gear here. On board the vessel, tama na kadugay, probably 1 hour, 30 minutes, no?
Sir, 1 second.
Yeah. But here, for the sake of a speedy simulation, dali lang, okay, turn it off. Pero sa barko, dugay na, may mga chief engineer ka, dugay silang patiyog. No? There we go. Disengage the turning gear. Pako, duwa lang, bilindig suga off. Now remember, kung may red light ka you cannot start your engine, ha? Okay, go to the engine turbo charging. Auxiliary blower in automatic mode. Now, what is the auxiliary blower? Your auxiliary blower takes the place of your turbocharger. Kung may ara ka di 4x4, nga mga pick-up mo na ko, SUV nga modern, equipped with a turbocharge, pag start mo na, mga 40, way pa na. Pag reach na sa nga speed nga 60, kapanihul. That's the time for it, for the turbocharger of your SUV to start. In other words, it is for the engine to gain full speed before the turbocharger starts or functions normally. Now, before that, we have the auxiliary blower. Now, this serves as your turbocharger when the turbocharger is not yet running. Now, why is it put in automatic mode? It is in automatic mode So that when the ship is at full speed, this blower will stop automatically. Okay, go back to the main engine. General view. Okay, there we are. We open the bridge. Okay. Pigado pa. We need the steering wheel. Kakinanglang kita manibila. Okay, close the bridge. Go to the miscellaneous. Steering gear. Okay? On, remote. On, remote. Okay, remote control. Okay, on ikadua. Okay, remote sinalong. Now, why did we put that in remote? In order for the bridge to control the ship. Okay, go back again to the main engine. Open the bridge. Okay, steering gear number 1 on. Steering gear number 2 on. We need 2 steering gears here, because of maneuvering. Kumusta ang ating starting air na?
Ano siya?
We will check the starting air, ha? Okay na, no? Starting air. Okay, next, we're going to blow off the engine. We blow off the engine to clean the combustion chamber and to ensure there is no leakage in the jacket cooling. Ay kung mag-blow off ka ng tubig, magwa, problema sa liner mo. Okay, mati ka ha. Dead slow ahead. Dead slow ahead. Astern na. Okay, dead slow ahead. No? Ay, danay stop. Put the control in control room. Ara dalong engine control room. Okay. Sige, long press. Engine control room. Okay, dead slow ahead. Okay, kita mo ga, tunog rin. Okay, acknowledge. Pindutan ng dead slow ahead. Okay, pag pinindot niya, that signals the bridge na may tao makina. Okay, lift the telegraph. Hinay-hinay gid ini. Hinayon mo lang gid.
Okay, sir.
Once you gain RPM, stop it immediately. Kaya nga, kana kahigot barko mo, pinagayom na kalkulotod, tulubid mo. Okay, that's right, okay. Raise the telegraph, hinay lang. Okay, stop it. Tara na, blow off na ta. So in other words, kung sa makina, kaya tinagasak niyo. Okay, stop your engine.
Ano, sir?
Okay, stop.
Okay.
Okay, knowledge. Okay. Close all indicator cocks. Okay na din magkasigaw. Okay. Dead slow ahead. Standby. Okay, makita mo dire, kakisap-isap, no? Standby sir, no? Standby light mo dire, kisap. Acknowledge. So we accept the standby. Standby means their engine is now ready for maneuvering. So pag pindot sang bridge standby, pagkabati, kita nila why na kisap-kisap, may tao makina. Okay, dead slow ahead. Oh, acknowledge. Pati ka, inayon mo, pagpitik ya, steady mo kamot mo. Pag abot 40, butang mo sa dos.
Okay, sir.
Okay, start your engine. Hinay lang. Okay. Oh, steady. Steady, steady. Pag 40, butang sa dos. Steady kamot mo. Okay, dos. There you are. Now, same thing as generator. Lagi pa 40 tao for your engine to gain momentum. Okay, slow ahead. Butang sa 4. Check ka na eh.
Sorry, sir. Okay, sir.
Hindi pagbabalik ka. Patay na kung kinata. O, butang sa 4. Okay, there we are. Diri ah. Okay, when it starts accelerating, half ahead, butang sa 5. Oh, knowledge. Okay, put that number 5. There we go. Okay, nag-accelerate ng Japon. Okay, pull ahead, butang 7. Butang 7. There it goes, no? When it reaches already full speed ahead, put it into bridge control. Ara, nagsiga na. Then, hindi paglipatan na. When we are already in bridge control, papanaugo ng telegrapo. Ari, talong din. Okay, now, tingaway na gulagaw because bridge is now controlling the ship. Then, the bridge will now press knob full. Pag pindot siya knob full, masiga naman diring at seize the long. Okay, acknowledge. Okay, when we acknowledge that, the ship don't need us anymore. Okay, they close them. Pamtak nang lang sila eh. But in the engine, may imuon pa tayo. Put the lubricator in normal mode. But in other ship, this is automatic. Nga kagina-hire kay nga subong ibalik sa normal ho. Because your lubricator depends on the movement of the crankshaft. So kung dasig na barko mo, dasig na na-supply. Okay, close all heaters. Hulig. Okay, stop the heater. Lubricating na yun. Dali overheat ako. Okay, stop heater. There it goes. Damo patatani pandaron. Boiler, purifier, ano pa? Freshwater generator, shaft generator, kay pat yun yung diesel generator. Galing hindi ko na pag-imuon kay basin balong krong. Now go back to the main engine. Kunwari ka na di, pause your work. End of the final assessment. Pero hindi na katapusan, no? Makarga pa tatani sa tiling tank, pandar ta diesel din, evaporator, mapanda. Damo!